There's something hiding in your garden, and the moment most people spot it, they reach for a box of salt. It's slow. It leaves a slimy trail. It eats your prize plants, chews through your lettuce overnight, leaves silvery streaks across your patio by morning. So you pour salt on it, thinking you just solved a simple pest problem. A quick fix. Nothing to think twice about. But what actually happens next is far more devastating than you think. Not just for the snail, for everything connected to it. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why, and you'll never do it again. A snail's entire body is exposed. No shell coverage outside that spiral. Just soft, permeable skin built to stay moist every hour of the day, every day of its life. Salt hits that skin and osmosis takes over instantly. Water gets ripped out of every cell, trying to balance the imbalanced salt just created. But there's no delay, no warning, just immediate, forced extraction from tissue that was never designed to withstand it. The result isn't quick, it's collapse, cell by cell. The snail convulses, foams, dehydrates in real time. Right in front of you, its body visibly shrinking inward as moisture is torn away. And here's the twist, it doesn't even solve your problem. It just kills what's visible in the cruelest way possible. The real threat is still underground, completely untouched, completely unaware anything happened at all. Here's what almost nobody warns you about. Some snail species aren't just garden pests, they're carriers. The giant African snail, now spreading through parts of the US and UK, can carry a dangerous parasite called rat lungworm, scientifically known as Angiostrongylus cantonensis. It lives in the snail's slime and tissue, and it can infect humans through contact or accidental ingestion. Crushing one barehanded, touching contaminated slime, then your mouth without even realizing it happened. That's enough. The parasite normally cycles between rats and snails, but humans can become accidental hosts, and once inside the body, it can travel toward the nervous system. In rare, severe cases, this parasite can even cause a form of meningitis in humans, requiring hospitalization and weeks of recovery. The lesson? Never handle snails with bare skin. Always use gloves or a tool, no exceptions, no matter how harmless it looks. This isn't paranoia, it's basic precaution, backed by real, documented medical cases from health agencies around the world. And here's why salting even one snail changes absolutely nothing. Beneath your soil right now, hundreds of eggs are already waiting. A single snail can lay dozens of eggs at a time, multiple times throughout the year, buried just below the surface where you'll never see them. You're not facing one invader on your patio. You're facing an entire buried generation, patiently developing in the dark, completely indifferent to whatever happened to their predecessor above ground. Salt one snail on the surface, and you've done nothing to the wave preparing beneath your feet. Within weeks, new snails emerge, hatching in waves, completely unaffected by anything you did. The problem was never really solved. It was only ever paused, and you probably felt like you'd won. Meanwhile, the salt you use doesn't disappear once its damage is done. It seeps into your soil chemistry when permanently altering a balance that took years, sometimes decades, to establish naturally. Your plant roots absorb water the exact same way the snail did. Through osmosis, salted soil starves them of moisture too, using the identical mechanism that just killed the creature you were targeting. It kills earthworms, the very organisms responsible for aerating your soil and keeping it healthy and productive. It destroys beneficial bacteria and fungi your entire garden depends on to function, to cycle nutrients, to stay alive season after season. Damage that can take years to reverse, sometimes requiring you to replace the topsoil entirely just to grow anything again. One shaker. One moment of frustration, years of consequences you won't see coming until your plants start dying for no obvious reason at all. If this is opening your eyes, subscribe now. There's a lot more hiding in your backyard than you think, more than most people ever stop to consider. Comment truth below if you've done this before. No judgment. Most of us didn't know. That's exactly why this channel exists, so skip the salt entirely. Here's what actually works without any of the risk. 1. Hand pick with gloves, early morning or after rain when they're most active and easiest to find. Relocate them far from your garden, somewhere they can't easily find their way back to your prized plants. 2. Copper tape. Snails avoid the mild electrical charge instinctively every single time. Completely harmless to plants, pets, and soil. Lasts for years without needing replacement. 3. Crushed eggshells or diatomaceous earth around vulnerable plants. A barrier they physically won't cross. No death, no soil damage, no risk to your health whatsoever. And long term, invite the predators in: frogs, birds, ground beetles. Let nature regulate the population the way it always has, long before pest control existed as an industry selling quick fixes. That snail was never worth a chemical war. It's a decomposer, a food source, part of a system older than your garden fence, older than the house it's attached to. So next time you see one gliding across your favorite leaf, remember, salt isn't a solution. It's a slow, hidden cost for the snail, for your soil, and for everything living beneath it. If this changed how you see your backyard, subscribe for more hidden truths waiting right outside your door.